Hello, Sagittarius. I am TINLA, and this is not legal advice. This is your reading for the week of July 23rd, 2026, or whenever this happens to find you. So before I get started, I just want to tell you, I already have a sense from Spirit that there's something going on with you where something feels unnecessarily complicated. It's like you're being distracted, and it's almost like I'm feeling like you almost feel like you can't get anything done. You know, every time you get started on something, it just gets waylaid, and it's frustrating, and maybe you just need a vacation. I don't know. I don't have to tell you that, though, Sagittarius. Anyway, let's find out more about this with Spirit. Let's figure out what the theme of this week is, or what Spirit wants you to know this week. Okay, this is the third time that it's come out. You fire signs are really in it with the masks. What else? What else? Enjoy the silence. Oh, I wish I could. See, but right there. Right there. Not part of the plan. Avoiding problems. Trying something new. Unexpected path. Abandoned danger. Interesting. Okay, let's find out more. Real estate. Home. House. Okay. Give me more, please, Spirit. Oh, okay. Resilience is your superpower. Surviving and thriving under harsh conditions. Adaptability. Built for survival. Intentional living. Self-sufficient. Okay. Give me more, please. And I think I'm getting it here. Oh, holy cow. Receiving a gift, Northern Lights. Okay. And energy shift. All right. Let me see. What is this Northern Lights and receiving a gift about? It's the vacation, of course. Of course. Cut through the confusion. Discernment, intuition, clarity, truth, spiritual gift of wisdom, foresight, intellect, new ideas, and focus. That's what it says. Amazing. I love that for us. Okay, and bottom of the deck, it's okay to start over and over and over again. Rebirth, reinvent, rise. That is our Phoenix card, number 74, which comes to 11, which is the Justice card. And the Phoenix, by the way, my spirit animal, because I feel that rebirth so much. Anyway, okay, wow. So basically everything I was telling you about before I started with the cards has appeared. So what I'm seeing here is, again, you had a beautiful plan for how things were to go. And it could be like, again, it could be that you're buying a house, right? Or selling a house, or it could relate to something going on in your home right now. But I'm getting more of this is like a contractual issue where maybe you're involved in a lot of paperwork at your job, negotiating a lot of contracts, something to that effect, which, good news, Mercury is coming out of retrograde tonight, so that should make that a lot easier and less confusing. But there's somebody in this transaction that is hiding part of what's going on here. And, you know, you're trying your best to protect yourself from that with this blue eye, which I associate with the evil eye of protection, right? You're trying to focus on yourself and what you need, but there's always this hidden angle that you're not understanding, and it's making it very complicated, unduly complicated. Okay, and you just would love for everybody to shut the hell up. So, pardon my French. So you can focus on, I hate to say focus on yourself, but I don't hate it. You know, you definitely need a break. Like, this is all a very stressful event for you. You know, you need to get a break, be left alone, recharge, shift your energy into a better, happier place, kind of woo-saw it through. And maybe, again, with the Northern Lights card, maybe you're going to Iceland or somewhere in the Scandinavian countries to see the Northern Lights. I don't know. Maybe that's a suggestion from Spirit, or maybe you have just visited there. And you're receiving a gift. It's also number 42, which, of course, is the answer to the life, the universe, and everything. And it means anything you want it to mean. So whatever the gift is that you're receiving is how you perceive it. You could receive an actual physical gift. Maybe it's the completion of this contract issue that you're finally cutting through the confusion over. Maybe it's the gift of a new start with someone. But I'm not getting that this is a relationship reading, if I'm honest. This is more about surviving I'm getting like financially harsh conditions where I feel like you're almost like on a treadmill at work. Like you can't get it to go anywhere, right? And it's almost like you're put between a rock and a hard place where it's almost like you can't do something without someone's approval, but then you can't get the approval without someone else doing something. It becomes all kinds of complicated, and it's just messing you up, and you just want to be just left alone, okay? And it wasn't part of the plan. It wasn't supposed to go this way. It was supposed to be an easy deal, and it's stressing you out, and you want to cut through the confusion. Focus, get to it. You're resilient. You can get through it. It will blossom, I promise, or spirit promises, I don't know. You're self-sufficient, because the gift is that resilience. The gift is that you have bounced back from stuff like this before. You have bounced back from hardships, whatever they may be, and you have been reborn into an even better form each time. Every time this happens, that you go through something, you're coming out stronger and wiser, and just more able to handle whatever life throws at you. And we got an Aries symbol there, right? So another fire sign. But what I'm saying is, I can hear you right now actually saying, well, I don't want another challenge. I'm tired of it. I just want to live my life and enjoy my life. And you're right. I can't deny you that. It's not a gift to be this resilient. Can I just not have challenges for once? That would be cool. But I feel like, and I don't know from horticulture, but with cacti, I feel like if you overwater them, they die. I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comments. It just feels to me like they thrive in that environment. Like you thrive almost like under pressure, and it's what helps you blossom. So it's not just that like you're being punished or something like that. It's that those pushes that you get, those changes, those hardships, actually actively help make you better and stronger and wiser, in ways that other people maybe couldn't tolerate. You know, them getting a lot of water for their plant would, you know, destroy the cactus, you know, but for you, you thrive. And that's kind of the point, is it's a challenge, not a punishment. So that being said, I'm gonna get some tarot cards from my Trash Panda deck, and I'm doing that in honor of Jimothy, who, again, I will put a little linky-doo up in the corner to a video of him. He's an adorable little raccoon thing, and I highly recommend you watch it if you're feeling down or confused or generally irritated with people, because he's not a person, he's a raccoon. Anyway, Spirit, please go ahead and give me some clarification on what exactly the challenge is here for my Sagittarians. And while I'm at it, maybe they can like, share, and subscribe. There should be a card in the deck that says that. Like, share, subscribe. Anyway, the Hermit. Yeah, you just want to be left the hell alone. You want to go within. Even though Sagittarians, like, you're usually outgoing folks and you can, you know, navigate social situations really well, it burns you out. And I think you want nothing more than to kind of retreat in peace, right? Go back into your hermitage, your cave. Sorry, very thirsty. And get some clarity and maybe be left alone for a little while. Wouldn't that be nice? That's Virgo energy, so maybe that is coming up for you in Virgo season, which begins in the latter part of August. So maybe it's on the horizon for you. All right, what else? What is challenge they're dealing with? Look, the Hierophant. You feel like you lost control of the car. You know, you feel like this is like a child's toy type car, and it's almost like you can't drive it because the keys are over here. You're playing it's child's play. This is ridiculous what's going on. Your hands aren't on the wheel, and you are ready to get going, and you can't. And honestly, at this point, I think you don't even care what goes anymore. Whatever this deal is, I think you're kind of like over it, and you know, you're deucing out, you're peacing out, you're out, you're not doing this anymore, and you're going to actually inspire others around you by doing that. Almost like I'm getting a very Office Space vibe. If you guys have seen that movie, maybe the year 1999 is significant. I don't know. Anyway, so what is the strength for the Sagittarians as they go through this week? Judgment, your discernment. Like, you are able to focus here and go within and have sort of that quiet time, but like in your mind. I'm getting like almost dissociating from all the noise and the nonsense. It's exhausting. You're tired. You recognize that. Very reflective here of the Hermit. And you just really want this noise to go away. You know, go away is what I'm getting. And you know that the noise is out there. You know that it's interrupting your life and you don't care for it. But it's almost like you feel like you can't deal with it. You know, you got to kind of steer into the turn. By the way, 3 cards pulled and 3 major arcana. So this is a big deal for you. Whatever's going on, it's a big deal. Tell me more about what's going on. What's going on with my Sagittarians? This is a big deal. What's the big deal? Give me a clue. What's the big deal? There it is. 6 of Swords. Okay. You're coming out of a very, very stressful place. I'm getting, it's like just one damn thing after another that you've experienced. And you are so ready to move forward. And you know, you're finally going to do that. You're going to have to give up some things here, and like drop some dead weight to carry, to carry on. But you're gonna do it, and you're gonna do it on the back of a unicorn, in a sense of like on faith, on intuition, on believing in yourself, on believing in the impossible, right? You want to get past all of the drama, and you will. You absolutely will. Tell me more. Like, why do we have those 2 raccoons? I almost said pandas. I don't know, maybe like pandas. Or, of course, I was thinking trash panda. I guess that's where my brain went. Tell me more. What's going on with 6 of Swords? Thank you. The High Priestess. Look at this. Another major arcana. So that's 4 out of 5. Yeah. Look at it. You're just... What you're dealing with, okay? And again, I drop a comment. I would love to know what it is if you want to share it. But whatever you're dealing with would shock most people. And it would shock them either because they would not be able to handle it with poise the way you have. And it could be shocking because you seem so stoic on the surface that they would really be surprised that you're dealing with the nonsense you're dealing with. I'm getting that it may be even... Okay, for some of you, it may be that you're going through a divorce, or you're working on going through a divorce. And you're trying to negotiate the details of that. And it is just becoming way more complicated than, again, you ever thought it would be. You just want to start new. You just want to start fresh. You just want to move on, put the past in the past, okay? And this has gone on for a while, these negotiations, like way longer than you thought. Like, this is months of you dealing with this. You just want to move on. You want to move on. Go be happy somewhere else. You be happy somewhere else. I'll be happy somewhere else. Like, but it's just way more complicated than you thought it would be. I think that's really a good chunk of my viewers. That's what it is. It could be a real estate transaction, but I'm getting a divorce. I mean, on a positive note, I guess it could be a prenup, but I'm not getting that. And it's hidden, though. It's unclear. And again, it's saying, trust your intuition. It will move forward. What's the advice? 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's a lot to carry. It's a lot to bear, but you got to basically be like, pack up your stuff and get out. Like, you don't have to win everything. You don't have to get everything you want in the divorce decree. Just get what you can and get the hell out. Like, you need to be done. All right, this needs to be over. You can't carry it anymore. You've been hobbling along this whole time, trying to get away. And, sometimes you got to put down some of those wands. Sometimes you got to put down some of the things that you ideally would want in something like a divorce decree. Or maybe if you're buying a house, again, in a more neutral sense, you can't have the yard size that you want and have 4 bedrooms, Something has to give, is what I'm getting. Something has to give if you're going to keep going. And you just need to own that. Right now it's hidden. You're frustrated. You're downtrodden, right? But something's got to give, or you're going to go down with the ship, is what I'm hearing. Give me more advice, please. More advice. Thank you. The King of Swords. Yeah, look, you're feeling like you're feeling like you're left out in the cold. Almost like you are you're trash. Like, oh good, you have your truth, you have your dignity in a sense, right? But and you're right about some things. There are some things you absolutely can get as long as you see your truth, but that might be that you have to give up other things. You might need to give up the house that you guys live in. It might be that you are basically starting from scratch where you've got nothing. It's a recycling bin, right? You're going through it again. This might not be your first divorce. Or maybe you've had to start again with the Phoenix energy several times. But what's the outcome for my Sagittarians? What's the outcome? What's the outcome? And with this spork, which is a sword here, up in the air like that, it's not only telling me that you're owning the truth here and seeing the truth, even if it is exhausting. You're proud of that. You're proud of yourself for moving on. It's almost like you're flagging down a bus or hailing a taxi cab. Like, you just want to be done. You just want to be done. King of Pentacles, look at that. Ah, isn't he happy? It makes me think of the King Julian from Madagascar. By the way, Madagascar is the only place on Earth where, besides zoos, where, lemurs live. So anyway, this is also like some kind of Highland cow or something like that. So maybe that means something, the word Highland, or maybe just like cows. I don't know. But look at how glorious. It's like, right, you're going to be able to cross these mountains, right? These mountains of hardship. And you're going to come out on the other side just like looking fabulous, glowing up, feeling great. you know, you're going to get everything back here that you lost, right? You feel like you lost all these things. How am I going to do this? Well, you're starting again, and you're coming back even better. Now you're coming back whole, you're more whole, more complete, more, you know, you have more knowledge, more know-how, more potassium for some reason. So maybe the letter K means something to you. All right, that's bottom of the deck energy, Four of Swords. Yeah, just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. It's a sad time. It is. You know, you're watching something, you know, it's heartbreaking over here. You're seeing it. You know it's happening. Maybe you feel like you're breaking this person's heart by doing this, or everybody's suffering in that sense, but you know, like, you've got to hold on to your truth, which is, it's not working anymore. It's got to change with these leaves. It's autumn energy. You got to take care of yourself. You got to pull back. You got to rest. You know, take care of yourself is what I'm getting. Okay, so Sagittarius, think of a yes/no question that you would like answered, and if you want to share it with me in the comments, I'd love to see it. But I'm going to pull a card on that and see what Spirit has to say. Okay, the outcome's looking good. It's ugly now, it's confusing now, but it's looking good. Anyway, Spirit, what is the answer to Sagittarius' question? What is the answer to, oh, there we go. Improving health. Look at that, glowing up. That's you. You're glowing up, my dear. Yeah, I'm feeling like your health itself was actually being impacted. Your physical health was being impacted by the negativity of the situation. And by the way, underneath that, we had the Queen of Pentacles, the partner to the King. So it's almost like once you come out of healing, once you come out of this recovery area, that person is waiting for you. Your true match is waiting for you on the other side. So if that gives you any kind of inspiration, which I hope it does, please let me know, like, share, subscribe, etc. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.